Hello and welcome back to the Indian PokeTube, and this is the SmackDown meta as I like to call it. We are running a double SmackDown team, and the SmackDown users are only weak to fighting and to Nido Queen, and that is why we have Venomoth in the lead. It's kind of an ABB team. Pick up a lead against a Toxapex, which is exactly where we want to see it, and in comes a Dragalge. This means that his team is absolutely core broken by the Venomoth. I'm going to go for Poison Fang and then switch out because I want to save my Venomoth for later. And now I'm going to bring in my SmackDown boy, the Crustle. I'm going to shield this. If it's an outrage, it's going to one-shot me. So I shield the potential outrage. He baits with the Aqua Tail, and that's absolutely fine with us. We can tank one. We're going to let that go. And now we are at even shields, and we have flipped Switch. I really wanted to keep Switch, seeing how scared he was of my Venomoth. I'm going to go for Rock Slide, get some decent damage, and remember, importantly, we do have Switch. Sadly, we just don't make the Rock Slide over there. Maybe I should have just thrown the X-Scissor, but honestly, it would have done 10% damage. So I'm going to bring in my Venomoth, and in the back he has a Sableye, and we have the response for that. We have the Shadow Tyranitar, and we're just going to smack him down. Just look at that damage. He's already at 35% health from all those smackdowns. I'm going to go for a crunch. Let's see if I can get the last shield here, because he might want to get off a foul play. We do get the shield, and now he's going to try to get to a foul play, but he just misses out on it. And at this point, the match is over. He knows there's nothing he can do. My Venomoth just ripped apart his team. He only had the Sableye as a Venomoth answer. Good game, and this team went on a really good streak. I am currently around 2500 ELO playing this team, and I can highly recommend this because there are very few responses to SmackDown users. The rock typing is a very good offensive typing in the Halloween Cup. And the Crustle will probably bait out the counters like the Toxic Rock. You'll see it in a lot of matches that the Crustle baits out Tyranitar's counters. So pick up the Nightmare lead. We save switch to our Crustle, and we have to flip switch here. He brings in the Skunk Tank, and now I'm going to look to flip switch. I'm going to bait with an X-Scissor. It's kind of risky, but do we get the shield? Yes, we do, and that's pretty amazing. This means that we can reach a Rock Slide, and I'm seeing that as this team has no response to a SmackDown use, I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to believe in my Shadow Tyranitar. I got commit to the Rock Slide, but I'm not able to get it off. That is terrible, but I can just bring in Venomoth and kind of sack it at this point because Venomoth has no play against the Mandibus. So I'm just going to go for a CMP tie on the Poison Fang. As you can see, this is going to take out the little Skunky boy, and now it's all up to Tyranitar versus two Mons. Let's see if we can pull this off. And he has an Alolan Marowak in the back. Let's go. I'm going to CMP tie him on his fourth fire spin, but he does not throw his energy. That's fine by me. I get the crunch debuff as well, and at this point he won't even reach his second bone club. So I'm just going to farm him all the way down, and look at Shadow Tyranitar go. And this is going to be an easy game. I can just go for the Stone Edge and win the game. But did you see that the important part in this game was to realize that when he had no response to my SmackDown Crustle, that meant that Shadow Tyranitar would go absolute bonkers, and that's what happened. So I saved my shields for Shadow Tyranitar. I did not even fight for Switch because I knew at that point that it's going to be all up to Shadow Tyranitar. So this team is super fun to play. I won't say that it's the easiest team to play, but if you're decent at energy management, I think you'll do great, especially if you're also good at running an ABB team. So that was another win there, and you're going to see so many matches where this is going to happen, that we're going to pick up a bad lead and the Crustle is going to draw out the Toxic Rock or whatever. This is going to be a crazy match. Just watch this match. So I'm going to go for a CMP tie on the Poison Fang, and I'm going to call that is going to be a lunge. I know it's going to be a lunge, 100%. They always bait, and I'm going to go for the Poison Fang. Now, since he's going to shield this, I'm going to switch to my SmackDown boy, and look at this. He can't even reach a move. I just smack him down before he realizes what's happening, and he just quits. He just quits right there, because the moment he shielded the Poison Fang, I realized that he must be weak to Veno in the back, which is why I safe switched to my the Rocky boy, and he just took him out with the smackdowns. So that was a crazy game, one of the fastest games I've played in the Halloween Cup, to be honest. And so far, yeah, let's see. Hopping into the next match, we pick up a lead against the Jelly. Now this is a big core breaker because it beats Venomoth. It also beats the Rocky Boys. But I have to save switch anyway. In comes the Shadow Gardevoir, and this has me thinking that this could be double charm. So I can reach 2 X-Scissors, and this is a pretty good matchup actually because I'm going to reach one more, as you'll see. So either I'll get both shields or I'll get shield and switch. I'm okay with either one at this point. He gives me switch, so I get shield advantage and I get switch advantage, which is absolutely amazing. And I'm also anticipating a fairy in the back. It could be like jelly double like charm. I've seen that team before, so I'm just going to stay in and be careful. I'm going to shield the second one because the bubble beam does like 35% damage, and it is a charmer. So this looking good because now I can come in with my like Venomoth, instantly throw the poison fang so that I can get the shield, or I can just farm him down. If he lets it go, I can just farm him down all the way. And he's going to realize this at some point and just quit the game. There were so many games where people quit out. It is absolutely crazy how many people just like top lefted after seeing this team, and I can super highly recommend it at this point. I think I'm going to keep using this team, and let's see if I can push to 2700 yellow, but I'll probably just go back to having fun again. Pick up a lead against the A9. This is going to be a charmer, and that's amazing because I can keep it away from my T-Tar, and I'm going to go for a poison fang just as he reaches his weather ball, and I'm going to switch to my Crustle because like again I need to draw out the counter, right? That's how an ABB team works. Bring in the Crustle, get one smackdown through. That's going to do like 10% chip damage. That's going to do a lot of damage on the thing. And in comes a Toxapex. And again, I've realized that his team is not the best against Smackdown users. And A9 may be a charmer, but A9 is pretty weak to Smackdown from Tyranitar, so I'm not too scared at this point. I'm going to let this go because I can come in with my Moth Boy and I can just farm this thing all the way down. Just farm down this little, I don't know what it is. It just looks really funny, the Toxapex, and I'm going to just farm Toxapex all the way down. There's nothing he can do, and leave with just pockets of energy, 100 energy. Whatever comes in, I'm going to go for a Poison Fang. I was scared that it didn't register, so I also clicked on the other move, and it's going to be the Ghost Tree. I'm going to go for the Bug Buzz now. This is going to boom him out of the sky. He has to shield us. Does he shield us? Sadly, yes, he does. And I'm going to bring in my Shadow T-Tar, farm down this icy thing, and now I'm going to reach the crunch against the Ghost Tree, and that's going to be a good game. You'll be surprised to see how well this team does. Like honestly, initially I thought it's kind of spicy because all the three mons on our team have heavy fast move pressure but load pretty slow. But the team just did amazingly well, especially the two Smackdown boys, but also Venomoth. Venomoth has clutched out a couple of games like you saw the first game. And I think this is going to be the last map battle of this video if I'm not wrong. So let's see, we pick up against Issei something, and it's going to be another Galv. So against Galv this time I'm going to switch things up and switch instantly to the Crustle because I want to draw out the counter, and we do draw out the counter, which is the Azu. Azu is really bad for a big T-Tar, and I'm going to go for a couple of rock slides here. I think we can only get off one at this point because if he throws a play rough, that's almost going to knock me out. So I'm okay with that. I can come in with my Mothy Boy and just farm down this little bunny all the way. And I don't even need to wait out my switch clock because he'll anyway throw a move. So it's going to bring back the 60-second like timer up. Because if you every time you throw a move, it's like 10 seconds. So if you throw 3 or 4 moves, the switch clock comes up anyway. So let's see what he chooses to bring in. I already have a Bug Buzz loaded. I'm going straight for the big boom. Does he respect the damage? Sadly, he does. I don't know why people are shielding all of a sudden. But now it's all up to Tita. And honestly, this is not looking good. Because he has Toxapex. And Toxapex is crazily bulky. And it's not looking great. Because I have to go for both the shields. And just try to make a catch at some point. So honestly, the match is in the opponent's favor, but again I can make some plays, right? So I'm going to try to make some plays and go for the thing. So now that he throws his move, I'm not going to throw now. I'll lose the game if I throw it right now. So I have to overfarm as much as I can, which is 4 smackdowns, and then I'm going to go for my crunch. And I know that the Galv has the move loaded, so I have to switch. But spoiler alert, I'm going to get lag. Take a look at the lag. Do I get the catch? I still get the catch in spite of the lag. So I'm finally able to beat lag, and I'm going to survive 1 volt switch, get to the crunch, and that's going to be a great game. So this was the perfect video to end the series. Beating lag is one of the most satisfying things. I've lost so many games to lag, so it's great to get one in the bag. See you again.